14, Section 2. And the big idea is that people form governments for the purpose of establishing order, providing security, and of course to accomplish some common goals. And so very simply today at what sorts of things local governments do. For example, public policy, but even we'll hopefully see what a special district means. So one of the big questions that we'll look at first is, should county services supersede municipal? So what role should local municipal services have? So in regards to governance, the county, and in our case Henderson County, is the largest territorial and political subdivision of a state. All right, so of these 100 counties that North Carolina has, these governments within set local public policy. Now, public policy means that it is the course of action the government takes in response to an issue or problem. So, for example, we've had the local issue of safety in our schools, a number of threats, and so our county is trying to respond as best they can by establishing public policy. What does that mean in terms of safety? Well, we've been asked to start locking our doors. We've been asked to start wearing our ID badges. I'll have mine tomorrow. And we've been asked to do a number of things related to school safety. And so that's all in response to public policy that our county has set. Our county also has the responsibility to carry out certain state guidelines and laws. And so sometimes policy comes from Henderson County. Sometimes it comes all the way down from the state. So for example, in regards to standardized testing, that's a state decision. Henderson County has been told, here's the test you have to use, here's the timeline you have to administer that test within, and Henderson County public schools have little say in how that is carried out. But nonetheless, our county is governed by a board of commissioners, who we have a representative of coming to talk to us soon. And so what does that mean? Well, there may be as few as 3 in very small counties, and in very large counties there may be as many as 11 of these county commissioners. They serve terms of either 2 or 4 years, depending on what that county has decided. There's also a chairperson of the Board of Commissioners who acts as a de facto executive. They lead the meetings, they administer any of the policies that the board decides on, and they are in a way the face of that Board of Commissioners. Okay, so the Board of the County Commissioners has general responsibilities in regards to policies that the county establishes. Some of these boards are independent, and they are actually created by the North Carolina General Assembly, that is the state legislative body, and they have the job of overseeing specific services that the state would require. And so these would be sent to us by the state of North Carolina. So there's another distinction in terms of public education. Henderson County's is simple. We have Henderson County Public Schools. Buncombe County is a much larger county in terms of population, and so they actually have 2 public school districts within. A public school district is called an LEA, a Local Education Administration. And LEAs are the school systems. So for example, Asheville has Buncombe County Public Schools. They also have Asheville City Schools. And so in terms of LEAs, there are 116 local education authorities, and each of these have their own Board of Education. So, for example, we have a representative from our Board of Education coming to talk to us soon, and they represent Henderson County Public Schools, and they also set many of the policies that affect us. And so when they come, I encourage you guys to have education-specific questions ready for them, and we'll talk more about that later. So there are actually more LEAs than there are counties, because there's only 100 counties, because in each of these states' counties, some, again, have very large cities. So there's Charlotte-Mecklenburg Public Schools, and then there's also the larger county LEA. So the next question, are county governments more independent, or are they simply extensions of state government? So to what degree do these groups operate independently? So what can they do on their own? And then finally, can they do anything on their own? So next, the state of North Carolina provides county governments with a variety of structures. So some of this stuff is set up at the state level in terms of how Henderson County has to organize. Most counties use a professional manager. That is someone that is hired from within. Their resumes and applications are often posted publicly, and there is a time allowed for public comments, but ultimately it's the county commissioners that choose this person. County managers usually run several different departments within. For example, county managers are often responsible for encouraging businesses to relocate to our county and helping with economic development. And so once more, that is a job picked by someone who's not running for election, but rather chosen internally. So, departments that might not report through a county manager. The Register of Deeds. This person handles property ownership in Henderson County. So if your folks own their house, that is filed through the Register of Deeds at the courthouse in Hendersonville. There are also other independent boards that might not be managed through the local county manager. But probably the most recognizable of these departments that don't go through a county manager is the Sheriff's Department. So Henderson County Sheriff's Department, which we have a representative coming to talk to us soon, reports to the sheriff, who is a democratically elected official, who is running for re-election in November. And there is someone running against him. And so educate yourself about both parties. So as an elected official, the sheriff of Henderson County is in charge of all law enforcement within Henderson County. They oversee the county jail. They administer any court decisions that are handed down by the local magistrate or the judge in the courthouse. They're the ones responsible for the SROs that we have here on campus. They're not managed through Henderson County Public Schools. They're hired and fired and chosen and located and placed by Henderson County Sheriff's Department. Once more, which is not overseen by the county manager. There are also special districts. A special district is a unit of government that deals with a specific function. It may be education, that may be water supply, it may even be transportation. For example, within Buncombe County, with a very large population, a lot of thought is put into how to move people safely and efficiently from one place to another. And that is, in fact, an entire department that you could go and major in civil engineering and you could work for.